Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome to another review in Product Review. This review is a little different in the sense that it is about a product which is yet to be launched. But all of its features, specs and capabilities have been released. So this review is based on the available information that I have, but I don't own this product or I haven't reviewed it personally. If you are a video producer, musician or journalist, you've probably heard about or used a Zoom portable audio recorder before. Zoom recorders can be used for a variety of applications from recording lectures to producing audio for commercial video. There are several Zoom recorders to choose from depending on your need. The H series is perhaps the most widely used handheld audio recorder in the world. You can choose from Zoom H1, which is the smallest of the bunch, a lightweight and super portable recorder that is small enough to fit in your pocket, but powerful enough to record up to 24-bit broadcast quality. Then there is the slightly updated H1N, which has few additional features over the H1. After that, you have the H2 and the improved H2N, that is step up from H1N, featuring the option to switch between 5 inbuilt mic capsules for different recording scenarios, a large clear LCD screen, fast startup time and great battery life, up to 20 hours with just 2 AA batteries. The Zoom H3 VR virtual reality audio recorder is the complete solution for capturing and processing spatial audio for VR, AR and mixed reality content. With a built-in ambisonic mic, recorder and decoder, the H3 VR puts 360-degree audio in the palm of your hand. The Zoom H4N and H4N Pro are the first audio recorders from Zoom to have the XLR inputs, and that to 2 of them, which is ideal for voiceover production and interview style videos. The Zoom H5 recorder features 2 XLR inputs, just like the H4N, with the added ability to switch out the mic capsules at the top according to your need. This is a nice option for situations where the built-in stereo XY mics might not be best suited for the situation. You can quickly and easily swap out these capsules like you would the lenses of a camera, rather than having to invest in additional microphones and lug around extra gear for shoots. The Zoom H6 recorder takes portable recording to the next level with 4 XLR and 1 TRS 1/8 input plus interchangeable mic capsules that let you optimize your recording setup for any situation. The Zoom H6 has the highest price of the recorders reviewed so far, but it comes with advanced recording capabilities that plus the professional recording interface is a cut above the others. Introducing the all-new Zoom H8, the only recorder that adapts to your way of creating. Zoom H8 has a maximum recording format of 24-bit at 96 kHz. And just like the other USB recorders from Zoom, it is a USB audio interface also. This has been clearly designed for podcasters, musicians, field recorders, and pretty much everyone who needs a portable audio recording solution. It has a first ever color touchscreen in Zoom recorders, and this lets you dive into its menu functions, and it seems that Zoom really listened to its customers and created a recorder that could adapt itself very easily to any type of modern content creator, because nowadays we are making so many types of content. Whether you're a vlogger, a sound designer, a podcaster, a YouTube creator, an independent documentary maker, or just about anyone having anything to do with recording audio. I really think this is going to be a great solution for a lot of different kinds of users out there. If you know anything about Zoom's recorders, you know that they are compatible with Zoom's line of microphone capsules. And of course, H8 is no different. The H8 comes with an XY H6 stereo mic capsule, which is basically 2 matched unidirectional mics that are oriented in stereo configuration. You can choose from 90-degree or a 120-degree stereo field. And this lets you capture audio directly in front of the unit. The XY-H6 capsule also provides secondary input via stereo 8-inch TRS phone jack, which overrides the capsule mics. However, you can still use the gain control knob to adjust your input level. The big news here is that the new capsule input, which they are calling version 2.0, is going to be able to accommodate a new line of capsules starting with the EX-H8, which will provide 4 additional XLR inputs with phantom power, bringing the total number of inputs on the H8 to 10. That's a pretty impressive for handheld recorder. Each input on this new capsule will have a dedicated gain knob and pad switch. There will also be an XAH8 capsule for stereo recording and the VRH8, an ambisonic mic capsule that records 360 degrees and converts the audio inside the H8 so you can easily edit it in post. Now, having a variety of capsules at your disposal is great, but you're going to want to use your own microphones with the H8. And luckily, there are lots of inputs from which to choose. There are 4 XLR mic jacks and 2 XLR quarter-inch TRS combo jacks with high Z switches or high impedance switches, allowing you to capture microphones, line level signals, or directly record instruments like electric guitars and basses. Each XLR input has a -20 dB pad switch, and of course, all 6 have phantom power. So there is a lot of flexibility there. Selecting the input you want is pretty easy. Simply press the square button of your input of choice and it will turn red, showing that the track is record ready. This will also be indicated on the touch screen and you can easily meter your input level here. Moving to the lower left side of the unit, we see it has a SD card slot, and the H8 takes SD, SDHC and SDXC cards up to 512 gigabytes. Just below there is a 1/8-inch stereo line-out jack that would be used to record the audio coming into the H8 to another device like your camera. And Zoom did a great thing here with the line out because they have incorporated a dedicated line out level control, enabling you to fine tune the volume of the audio you are sending to another device. On the opposite side, there is a 1/8-inch stereo headphone jack. And like the line out jack, there is no actual physical control or button, which is not a deal breaker. It'll be nice to have a button that is dedicated to volume. But what's cool is that when you plug your headphones in, immediately on the screen, you will see a headphone icon on the top right of the screen. And when you press that, you now have a slider where you can very easily control the volume of your headphones. By the way, the little grill there is just a speaker. If you just want to reference something that you have recorded, but you wouldn't want to use this for critical listening. But it is definitely handy if you're recording something and you don't have your headphones on hand. On the bottom of the unit is a power button, which obviously turns it on and off. There is also a hold function like other Zoom recorders. And there is a port for Zoom optional BTA1 Bluetooth adapter, which provides a wireless control through a free iOS only mobile app. Using this with an H8 would allow you to monitor level meters and manipulate the transport controls like record, play and stop. Underneath the H8 is a battery compartment which holds 4 standard alkaline or NiMH AA batteries. Zoom says you can get up to 20 hours even with alkaline batteries. And of course, that will probably depend on how much you're recording, how many mics you're using, are they using phantom power or not. But this is fairly a good spec for alkaline batteries. What you really should do is use an external USB power source or a battery pack via the USB port. What is cool about this option is that if your battery pack dies, the H8 will automatically switch to the AA batteries inside without losing power. So no glitches, no hiccups. And then you can either recharge that battery pack, or if you have another one on standby, you plug that in and it goes right back to the battery pack. Speaking of the USB port, the most notable feature is that it allows the H8 to act as a multi-channel and stereo audio interface for your Mac, your Windows computer, iPad or any other tablet or iPhone. When used this way, you can actually record a maximum of 12 tracks from your H8 to your computer, while in an iPhone and iPad, you can record 2 tracks or a stereo track of all the inputs you have. This means all the inputs are combined into a stereo track, which is counted as 2 tracks, left and right channels. The main body of the H8 without any capsule can give you a maximum of 8 tracks to record. These will be the 6 XLR mic inputs that are there on the body of the H8 and a stereo combo of all these 6 inputs, which is again counted as 2 tracks. For additional inputs and tracks, you need to have the various capsules that are provided with the device or available separately for purchase. With capsules added, you can record a maximum of 10 inputs, which could be a combination of mic, guitar or any other line in, and a stereo mix of all the tracks counted as 2 tracks. So you have, let's say, 10 mics. That makes 10 tracks for each of those mics. And then a stereo, which is counted as 2 tracks, that is a combination of these 10 tracks. You can get a maximum of 10 mics while using the separately purchased capsule that adds 4 more XLR inputs, the EXH8. Below the touchscreen is the home button, which takes you to the main menu and serves as a stop button when playing your audio. There is also a play pause button and a record button to easily engage recording. Now that we have worked around the outside, let us dive into the touchscreen, which has these apps that I mentioned before. For podcasting, field recording and music. Since podcasting is all the hype these days, why don't we explore that app first? Right away, we see 4 colorful buttons and a few icons for accessing menu items. The buttons are actually sound pads for incorporating sound effects into your podcast. The H8 comes with 13 pre-recorded sound effects, but you can actually take any sound effect you have in your library, put them in the sound pads folder, and the H8 will be able to choose those instead. Now in podcast mode, you can have up to 8 microphone inputs, but this is how it would actually work. The 4 sound pads take up 2 tracks, that is pads 1 and 2 will take 1 track, pads 3 and 4 will take the other track. You can now only use 4 of the 6 XLR mic inputs that are built into the H8 body. Input 1 and 2 and the combo inputs A and B. Now this makes a total of 8 tracks, that is 4 mic inputs, that is counted as 4, sound pads in 2 tracks, that makes it 6, and a stereo combo of all these tracks, which is again taken as 2, and that makes it 8 again. As I mentioned earlier, the main body of the H8 can only send out 8 tracks. However, you have a capsule, and depending upon which mic capsule you have, those can also be used in the podcast. If you use the EXH8, you can have 4 additional mic ports, which will make the total recording tracks go from 8 to 12. That would be 8 mics total for a podcast, which I think is pretty cool for handheld recorder. What is more, the H8 comes with a free downloadable version of Steinberg's WaveLabcast and Cubase LE. These software options will help you finalize your project with a wide range of comprehensive editing, mixing and refinement tools, and WaveLabcast connects you directly with podcast directories such as Spreaker or Podbean. So you can upload episodes quickly and directly create and publish RSS feeds. Let us move to the field recorder. The Field app is the ideal for location sound, sound design, conferences, and other applications that often require portable recording capabilities. In this mode, you have access to all the mic inputs plus the capsule and instant access to large meters for every track, so you can make sure your recording levels are just right. Also, you can quickly adjust input type, low cut filter, compressor with controls for threshold, attack and release settings, limiter, the all new noise gate and other key settings. The H8 also includes auto record and pre-record functions to ensure that you don't miss an important take. Last but not the least, we have the music app, which really gives you the important functions you would want for recording and mixing your music. We've got meters for monitoring your audio input and output levels and faders for balancing all the sounds you have recorded. You get up to 10 tracks for recording. which means you can easily capture a band rehearsal or even a small ensemble. And there is even an overdubbing function which lets you add new tracks on top of the tracks you've already recorded, which is a feature that you don't normally find in these portable handheld recorders. Of course, you also get an EQ and compression, and that you can connect to Zoom's Guitar Lab by USB to access an endless assortment of amps and effects. Well, that's it for a very quick review of the Zoom H8. If you want to learn more about this really cool product, wait till I get my hands on one, which will be in a couple of months, and then I'll do a complete hands-on review. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Kalyan Kumar, and I'll see you in the next one.